What's up? It's the show.
Yeah, right. Oh crap.
Yeah.
Turn that down.
I always have a friend that would always be like, the song that goes vum 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 dun 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 da 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 ba.
Yeah.
You know?
And you're like, what the fuck, man? And then of course, the only song that anybody recognizes when you do that, the song ba 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 da ba ba, and you're like, oh, Africa, okay, cool. Yeah, no.
What's up? Local Music Monday. We're here. It's live, direct from Disruption Network Studios. Thank you for joining along. You can follow along at Facebook. We're out live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm going to wrap it up and do a podcast later. You can listen to it on the podcast platforms. Always got to give love to the sponsors. If not for the sponsors, this podcast isn't possible. Thank you to EJA Moving Services. Give them a call today when you're ready to move and relocate. 315-335-0516. Check them out online at ejamoving.com. Also, big ups. Next week kicks off the Levitt Amp Music Series.
Yes.
It's going down at Copernic Park, downtown Utica, every Monday, starting at 5:30. LevittAmpUtica.org. Free music, everybody. So go check it out. Juneteenth, they kick it all off, and there's a bunch of great stuff coming in. What I love about it is they have a different genre every week. And Taz is coming back.
Oh, really?
Taz.
That's cool.
And
That's
who's
really cool.
like, he's a guitar god right now.
Oh, yeah.
And he's only 20 years old.
I was going to ask if Reuben James is going to reunite again this year.
I don't think so.
Because that was the only time you and I actually went to an event together after the show.
that was romantic, Justin.
It was, I think it rekindled the bromance that we started during the middle in the beginning of COVID.
For sure.
We were getting drunk together on opposite ends.
Yes,
that's how it starts.
He was my drinking buddy for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I got to give love to Joey's at 307. Check him out, 307 Mohawk Street. Call him today for reservations. Get yourself a table. Eat a great meal because they're awesome down there. 315-864-3527. We're drinking Sumatra today in the Utica coffee.
What is it?
Category Sumatra.
Oh, okay.
Utica
Sumatra.
Coffee. So thank you
Very
to my
good.
friends at Utica Coffee. Also, big love at Saranac. We had a wild time over with Mo this past weekend. Saranac.com for more information. They got a couple shows coming up. Collective Souls coming up. Also, the Stop Making Sense, the Remain in the Light, Talking Heads tribute.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming up with Jerry Harrison from the Talking Heads and AJ
So
Below
cool.
and the Cool People, which is former members of Turquoise. It's going to be a great show. Collective Soul, and then also Humphreys McGee coming to the brewery. So they've got some good shows,
seeing
man.
Collective Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let your light shine on, right?
Yeah.
I want to see Humphreys. That light show is just stellar, man.
And they're just insane
great. Yeah,
fucking
they're great
musicians,
players.
bro. I'm
Great
telling you,
players.
those guys are ridiculous musicians, but good guys too. So make sure you get your tickets for that. You can go to cctix.com for concert information. And then also Ballsy, and then Chilling with Rick. I got to give him a shout out. I did a show the other day, and we did the whole show, and he didn't have the fucking mics on.
He's chilling real hard.
And he was like, "Oh my God, brother, I'm so embarrassed." Like, don't worry about it. It happens. I've done it before. It's not a big deal. I can come
Did
back.
he take it to Olive Garden after?
No, he didn't. But we talked all about it. We had all this great content. We talked a lot about you and all this great stuff and history. I gave him a history lesson, and none of it got recorded because he didn't have the mics on.
Oh my God.
So, thanks, Rick. So I'm going to go back in July sometime, mid-July.
Yeah, you got to be able to think about it again.
Yeah. And the whole time on that podcast, and he's coming here, I think, in September.
Yeah.
But that whole podcast, when I go join him,
Yeah.
I'm going to just rip them apart.
Oh yeah.
So be ready.
Oh, yeah.
Be ready. So,
I
and make
think
sure you have
that's
the
why-
mics on.
That's why he booked us separately, I think, because he was worried that if the two of us were together, it would just be a slam fest.
Yeah. We turned into our Martin and Lewis routine.
Yeah. So I'm curious, when is Finger Bang's official first show?
That was the first show.
Well, yeah, the first official show, like as a headlining act, because I think it should happen.
That was the first show.
You headlined?
No.
Did Mo open up for you guys?
Well, yeah.
Kind of, right?
Yeah. They opened up for us in the first set,
Yep.
and we opened up for them in their
awesome.
second set. Thanks, man. It was a lot
Oh
of fun.
God, the
Finger
videos were great. It's just, oh my God. And I just think that the only thing that could have made it better was drugs for me. Like, because that, like, just looking at it was just like.
Dude, when I was when we were all getting dressed in the tent, that's all I kept on saying. I was like, I hope there's so many people out here tripping tonight.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because they're going to really freak out.
Oh, yeah.
There was a good percentage of that.
It was fun. It was definitely fun. But we got an amazing response.
Oh, sure.
And a quick little plug for those that are keeping score at home and don't know what the hell we're talking about. I have a new band called Finger Bang.
Really? It's an awesome name.
Yes, and we played in between sets of Mo this past weekend, and there's a couple thousand people there, and we rocked out, and it was fun.
Can you imagine how many bands, like, literally around the world would just give anything to have that opportunity, though, to play?
To have that name.
Well, yeah, that name, too, but I mean, to play, like, at a Mo concert on the stage. I mean, come on, dude.
We started an Instagram last night, so it's
I'm a people watcher.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the people watching.
Big time.
Place for sure.
What is the Instagram handle?
It's Finger Bang Band.
Finger Bang.
Yeah,
I'm totally
Finger
going to.
Bang Band.
I'm going to follow it.
And then,
right
so
now.
what we did is we posted all the bad reviews on our Instagram page. That's going to be the thing. We're going to post all the bad reviews.
Yeah, no one wants to read the good ones.
Right. And it's hysterical.
I totally
we
follow
had a
it.
shit ton of response. I mean, it was great. It like yesterday, the whole Mo groups and all that were blowing up over it.
Can we just read it just before we get into our guest for today, because I just have to read a few of these bad reviews.
Absolutely.
The first one, Finger Boo. I like that one. 8 whole minutes of our lives we can never get back.
Wow, that's brutal.
That was brutal. I mean, I was so fucked on penis envy. I thought it was Mo. All right, I can't.
No,
There's more.
Oh yeah, there's more. If you get a chance, go follow Finger Bang Band.
It's great. But
on Instagram.
there was minimal as far as the negativity.
Oh, yeah, dude.
We
It's so
encourage
much
it, but
fun, though.
like, yeah, oh my God, the place blew up. It did. It blew up, and it was cool, man. And shout out to Mo for letting us use their gear. Well, we all brought our own guitars and stuff.
Yeah,
but they
I noticed that was your bass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we used all their amps and shit like that. But yeah, thanks to Mo and the boys for letting us do that. Cause
My next band's going to be Three Knuckles Deep.
I love it.
I've been hanging on to that name for a while, man.
My buddy Al Merrick, who used to live in Italy, you remember Al Merrick, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to start a band called Headley and the Foreskins.
Back in the day at the electric company, when I didn't have a band or something, or somebody would cancel and I'd put on the chalkboard, my go-to was Buster Hyman and the Penetrators.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
That's it.
So we should probably talk to our guest at some point
Hi,
today.
Tom.
Sorry, we haven't seen each other in a while, so we're catching up. You know.
That's fine.
It's been a minute for sure.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
definitely.
But what's up, Tom? How are you, man?
Good, good. Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for coming. Justin, you set this up, man. I'm glad you put this whole thing
Yeah,
together.
I did. I mean, Tommy, like I said, has been in 400,000 bands in his lifetime, and I can't believe you haven't had him on yet. You know what I mean? It's just been like, I'm like, holy shit, man! It was so funny because I was golfing, and you were like, we have nobody for next week, and I'm like, Tommy, you want in? And he's like, yeah.
He was right with you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We were
Right with
golfing.
me. Yeah.
You got good timing, man.
Yeah. So that was.
Usually I don't.
No?
No.
In this, over in this blanket you do. Hopefully we can lock you in for that Zach Brown
Yeah.
thing, too.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool, man.
That would be
Definitely.
great, man. But what bands are you playing in right now? So you're playing Northern Outlaws?
Northern Outlaws bass.
Mm-hmm.
And the fill-ins. I play bass.
The fill-ins?
I fill
you're
in
playing-
for the fill-ins.
You did a fill-in gig with the fill-ins, right?
I did probably about 4 or 5 of them already.
That's cool.
The band that never practices.
Band that never practices. That's
And guitar with As If. And
oh, cool.
Scotty D was on here.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. How's he
Yep.
feeling? I know he had some surgery, right?
He's waiting to get his cast off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
He just wants to get the cast off, but he heals quick.
yeah. Are you guys on hiatus right now until that comes back, or?
Yeah, we did one job in June.
Because I could see him running around in a shoulder cast.
Oh, he would if
Yeah.
if he could. He's a hard worker too, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Hard worker.
Good dude, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Scotty's a good guy.
So you're busy, man.
Yeah, and then the solo gig, do some solo stuff. So, it's the season.
Yeah.
The summer
Oh, for
season.
sure.
you know.
Absolutely.
Take it while you can get it.
Whatever comes up. Seems like everybody needs a bass player.
Yeah, that's true.
You can always get work playing bass.
Remember back in the day, everybody was a guitar player. Is everybody still a guitar player? I feel like there's less guitar players nowadays.
That's how I
I think
started.
so.
Guitar, then the bass player quit
Yeah.
with tongue and groove.
Yeah, the guitar players nowadays, I don't think they want to play out like the young kids. They don't want to play out. They go on YouTube and shred. And then you're like playing A chord. They're like, I don't know what that is, but watch this.
Because they don't have a vehicle.
You're right, true.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
They don't have the gear, the vehicle.
I didn't have a
everything's on the
vehicle, but I
computer.
remember being young and doing this thing that the kids don't know about. Now that we used to do is called walking. We walk everywhere,
Right.
or maybe rode our bicycle.
You know what's funny you say that? If you notice in a lot of these like classified ads you have for musicians, it will always say must have reliable transportation.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You see that on pretty much all musician classified ads.
Right. 'Cause they can't get there. Or someone took their license.
Yeah, sure. For sure.
Moyer's throwing his comments in. He thought the show was canceled. Welcome back. He just hasn't been paying attention.
No, yeah.
Actually, we have been going in and out, in and out.
Yeah,
So-
we've been in and out. Summer's hard for us, you know. So I mean, we're going to be on as much as we possibly can, but it's very difficult for us to get here every week.
Yeah.
I will say we're not going to be
have
on
a
for the
show.
next 2 weeks.
Yeah, next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Is it 3?
3 because you do 2 weeks, then you come back and it's July 4th
I
weekend.
come back on the. Yep.
So it'll be 3 weeks, and then we'll be on 1, and then off for 2 again, and then back on the whole month of August. So that's our schedule.
Yeah, we'll be here a lot
Yep.
in August and September and all that. So, but yeah, the next couple of weeks are going to be a little sketchy. So I picked up a gig, and then also Justin you're busy too, man. It's not
Dude,
just
it's
me.
insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. I got to play Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then
Wow.
Sunday's Father's Day. So I get that off at
You're
least.
getting Father's Day off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Wagner says Tim Ware golf gets in the way.
Jeff and Tim, what's up?
Well, we're still trying to do our yearly outing, Anthony.
You and I?
Yeah.
We'll get it in. I guarantee you
get
we'll
it
get
in,
it
yeah,
in. We'll
for
get
sure.
it in probably like August.
Yeah,
I
we
want to.
We had fun last year with Jerry Krause and everything. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was.
Good time.
It was. Yeah, man. So, Tommy, take me through your history, man. Where did you start? Tell us about your come up.
Played my first gig in 9th grade,
Where'd you go to school?
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt?
Played the first gig there at the middle school, and I remember this is what I remember from the gig. We had one of our friends says I could do pyro. He was going to be the pyro guy, right?
Like set off M80s?
Right. So we're 15 years old.
Yeah.
And
With pyro.
With
pyro, but this is I don't know. Some of the younger people won't remember a beer ball, but it was a big plastic thing like this. He took a piece of PVC pipe and drilled a hole so it was coming out of the top, and he dropped smoke bombs in there.
Oh God.
This was his idea behind the stage.
Sure.
With the curtains up. Remember the old curtains? And
So he's trying to do like fog machine type thing, but
Yeah.
he's using the smoke.
right, with smoke bombs. And he caught it on fire. He caught the
jeez.
stage on fire.
You got the stage on fire.
your
The
first
curtains,
gig.
First gig, cops came, the fire department.
Instant
We
rock
got
star.
busted for having beer in there and booze because he was hammered. He couldn't get it in the hole.
That is the most epic first gig I think I've
Yeah.
ever heard of in my life.
So that's how it all started. And then it goes downhill from there.
Were those the old school theater curtains?
Yeah.
They let it
Yeah.
break too.
Yeah. Those velvet crushed
right.
velour.
Oh my God.
You know, I'm guessing that you had teachers that were like, "That's not a good idea, Thomas."
Right.
Right?
Yeah, then I remember they hired us for the Pop Warner dance, and they made sure we didn't have a pyro guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
He was banned from the dance.
he's actually dead now.
Oh jeez. He didn't set himself on fire, did he?
I don't know. I don't know how he went, but yeah. So it
Not to
started
speak
like
ill of the
that,
dead, God rest his soul. Sorry.
and then I went to Florida. I moved to Florida, and I played in a Southern rock band in Pensacola for 5 years.
Oh, cool.
Many a night I would wake up on the bar. On top of in the morning,
In the
they
morning,
would
yeah,
just
yeah.
leave me in there. This bar was we were wild in that band. We never had to tear anything down because you're a house band.
Yeah, sure.
You just go in, plug in, turn it on, and
I never would have left. That's all you got to do. No tearing down or setting up.
I didn't leave.
Yeah.
They just left me in there. But
that was a weekly gig or?
yeah, it was Thursday through Sunday.
Oh, cool.
And there was 2 bands. There was one upstairs, a rock band, and then we were the southern rock band down in the basement, the lower level. And he would pay us $175 per guy per week.
Oh God,
that's good money back then.
At the end of the week, I would owe him about $250.
oh man,
we had to pay for our drinks,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, I didn't drink 15 pina coladas. Every girl in there, whatever, they're drinking on my tab.
Oh, yeah.
I had to put an end to it.
Dear God.
But yeah, we did that job for 5 years and a lot of crazy stuff, just story after story.
Sure.
One time and then they must have been tripping or something. I mean, they all were naked. They all got naked on the dance floor. The one girl started it, taking her clothes off, and it just like caught on. And I see the owner over there. I'm behind the speaker playing. I'm dying. Because it was a freak show. It was crazy. And the owner's over there. He's watching it. And then it was really getting out of control. And then he had to put a kibosh to it. But that was like, that was the 90s. That was the early 90s.
Oh, yeah.
90s are
when
fun.
you could still smoke in a bar.
Yeah.
Yep.
And get naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get naked. Yeah, for sure, man. And we were playing Grand Funk Railroad. I remember we were playing Some Kind of Wonderful, just pop it the whole time. So I did that for 5 years, then moved back to New York in 94, 95. And
Yeah, you moved back right when we got started.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember seeing you guys over at the Marine Corps League when I played in a country band, 90s country.
Yeah, what was that called again?
Silver City.
Silver City, that's right, yeah.
And country that's right when Garth Brooks
Yeah,
came
the
out
90s
in the
country
90s.
was
I
huge.
Caught it at the right time.
Oh, yeah.
caught it at the right time, and I'm coming from the Southern rock band, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy, man.
Who was in that band, Silver City?
Dave Giovannoni was the drummer, and then James Agard.
James Agard, I remember
And
him, yeah.
I played with the same 3 guys for 20 years. We tried to add a 4th member here and there, never worked out. They couldn't keep up with the schedule, and we rode in the same van.
Yeah.
I was in the milk cart in the middle. We did all our own sound. We worked our asses off.
Yep.
Played everywhere.
Yeah, now that's the band that turned into Tongue and Groove, right?
Yeah, then the 90s rock started coming. Then you had Gridley Page and them guys, and remember the disco was hot for a while.
It was, yeah.
You had the Booty Foundation,
Chick Magnets.
the Chick Magnets.
Yeah.
Yep. So we were whores, man. We hopped on any train we could. So
Sure.
we did a disco set. We started doing that.
Yep.
We've seen the Booty Foundation making all this crazy money. People coming through the door, man.
Sure.
They were killing
I
it.
mean, they were making tons of money.
Yeah.
So we tried. We didn't make as much money as they did. That's
Right,
for sure.
right.
But so we did the disco thing, and then we went to the 90s rock. We got to get out of the old name because we're not doing all country anymore.
Right.
We were doing a little bit of everything. So Bob Aquaviva actually named that band Tongue and Groove.
Oh, did he?
Yep. And then the drummer retired.
How did he? Would he just see you out one night and?
No, I always going there buying equipment at Big Apple. Shout out to Big Apple too. They were always great to the local musicians, man.
Love the Bolus family.
Yeah, they're great, man.
Yeah,
They
are.
whatever you need, you could go get, and they helped the working musician. If it wasn't for them, a lot of bands wouldn't even be playing.
That's a fact.
For sure.
That's a fact.
So, and we would go in there and I go, Bob, we got to change the name. We were messing around. We play the name game, and he goes, either Tongue and Groove or Gripping the Yeti.
Gripping the Yeti.
Gripping the Yeti, man. I go,
Yeah, Bob had great names.
yeah, I go, that doesn't really.
And that was all off the cuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's right off the top of his head. Yeah.
So we went with Tongue and Groove.
Did he
man.
have a nickname for you at all? Do you remember?
Yeah, he did.
Which is
What was your nickname?
Is it, who's the Martian with the big head? the great,
Marvin?
the Great Gazoo or what?
Oh, Great Gazoo. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got me to shave my head too.
Really?
Yeah. He goes, you got to change your look. You know, he goes, shave your head, and then he goes, you look like the Great Gazoo. I go, thanks.
He called me Homer. No idea. And I don't even think he knows why he calls me Homer. He just started one day. He was like, "Hey, Homer."
Yeah.
And he always says it like that, Homer. And I'm like, it's not even just Homer. It's Homer.
Homer. Well, that's how you have to say Homer, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he named it, and then we played for 20 years. And then...
That's a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years with the same 3 guys.
Yeah.
You know, that was a really good run. And then what I do after that? Started Gunpowder and Lead. I took a little break. Is that my water?
It is now.
It could be, right?
Yeah, it's yours.
Gunpowder and Lead. We went with that. We went back to the country again.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a pretty wild band, playing with the guy I play with now, Mike Boris, who's a great guitar player, singer.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Mike, we like it loud.
Yeah.
You know, we come out with the 810 SVT. He's got his stack, and we're playing with Bob Holtz. And Bob's played with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He is a phenomenal drummer, jazz drummer. Just made an album with Daryl Jones from the Stones.
Oh, wow.
A jazz album, but he's played with everyone. So,
Sure.
And he answered the ad. We put an ad up for a drummer because we were going through drummers like crazy. You know, every week we'd have someone different.
Like Spinal Tap.
Yeah, we couldn't find a drummer. We couldn't find a drummer that would stay, or they were working with somebody else. So, you know, like, you put an ad out or whatever, and they start telling you their resume, and I'm like, right.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, right, okay. You know, right, you played with, you know, and I Googled him. He had his own Wikipedia. You know, so I'm like, holy shit, this Bob is real. And I go, so I told Mike about it. I got this guy, he goes, are you sure he wants to play with us?
Right.
So he joined up, man. He likes the whole outlaw thing, man.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, he came out with the whole double kit, double bass.
Yeah.
You saw the kit, man.
Yep.
Huge,
Yeah, it's a
huge
monstrous
setup.
kit.
Yeah, monstrous, and that guy he's like you. He plays all the time, and but he lives down in Cortland, so wherever he goes, he's driving
Oh, wow.
a couple hours
Yeah, that's a distance for sure.
to the gig.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the lineup right now with the Northern Outlaws, and we'll do modern country. And then we'll mix the Southern rock, and we like, you know, the Allman Brothers, Skinnerd,
Yeah.
For sure.
stuff like that.
I feel like you have to.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially with a name like that.
Yeah.
You know, you're the Northern Outlaws. It's got to be like,
Right.
you know, Southern rock, you know,
Right.
motorcycle club.
Jeff Moyer's checking in, and he's saying that you wrote the Silverado Blues.
Yeah, how does he remember that, man?
What's the backstory on that?
He recorded it.
Did he?
We used to
Yes.
play the Silverado all the time, and I don't know if you remember Chuck. He's the owner of the Silverado.
Oh, yeah.
So I wrote a song called The Silverado Blues, and it was about that bar. And it was about, you know, the people in the bar and stuff like that. And we recorded it with Jeff when he was like 16. He was the engineer on it. And that was the most played song in the Silverado.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's so
yeah.
awesome.
On the jukebox.
Yeah, and it was a quarter every time, a quarter to hear that song, man. And of course, we didn't get a cut of it.
Of course not.
But yeah, I can't believe you remembered that.
Yeah, but ASCAP and BMI certainly did, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're on your ass for sure, man.
Oh, yeah.
Thieves that they are.
God, we can't even go there. They're
Right.
probably listening.
Moyer's saying his Bob Aquaviva nickname is Doughboy.
Yep.
Yes,
That's
his-
a long
Yes,
time.
I remember that.
Yeah. Danny Nolan wants to know if you're performing the week he's visiting, Justin?
I'm responding.
Are you?
Yep. I only have 2 public gigs the entire time he's home, and all the rest are private weddings and private parties.
You're
and stuff.
busy,
So,
man.
yeah.
And Tim Ware saying Jeff made his first millions recording bands. Oh, it's hysterical. So, Tom, you guys busy? You got some things coming up with the Northern Outlaws? Anything you want to promote?
Oh, man, I'd have to look at my calendar. We just did the Violet Festival. You know, get on our Facebook page, hop on there, and just check us out.
What's the Facebook page?
It's just Northern Outlaws.
Oh, wow.
Just look up the Northern Outlaws.
Cool.
And check us out. We post the gigs on there.
I like when Jeff and Tim are on.
Jeff and Tim are both
waiting
on.
for the two of them to go at it
they're
right
being
now.
they're being really quiet right now.
Well, quiet towards each other.
For each other.
But,
Oh, Tim's starting. He's, Jeff, can I borrow some money? Jeff is selling gear. I mean, 75% profit just off Z and Justin.
I sold Z's base for $3,400. Only cost $200.
He probably did, too.
He ripped me off a couple times, that's for sure.
That kid, he was a hustler at 16, man.
Yeah.
That was good, man.
Yeah, he was a hustler at 16.
Anytime you called Boynton Pro, Jeff was always the one that would answer. I swear he would kick people in the face if they tried to answer the phone.
I used to like when he'd walk in the electric company with gear. He'd already have the gear. Like, here, I got it for you. And, like, just pay him right over the counter. That's how I got
Put you on a payment plan.
Yep.
No, I gave him cash. He knew he could count on me.
Yep.
But Tom's a great musician. I was able to run sound for him a few times in the band As If. That's from John Foley.
Yeah, John.
What's up, John?
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in. If you guys are watching on Facebook, click that share button. What's up with As If? Scott, you're just waiting on Scott to come back? Or?
Yeah, we got a lot of shows coming up.
Good.
And that's fun. That whole story there is because when COVID hit, I quit the Northern Outlaws. I says, I'm done with this, man. It was, you guys remember, it was weird.
Yeah.
First of all, you can't
Sucked.
play. And then I remember coming out and doing a show, the first show they let us do, and they had everyone had a mask on. Everything was spaced out. I thought it was in the Twilight Zone. I says, fuck this, man. I'm done.
It was like it reminded me of like a Twilight Zone episode. Like it was an episode of the Twilight Zone. Yeah.
I says, I'm done. So I started playing guitar at home. I said, let me pick, because I played bass for 20 years. And then everyone started selling their gear. On Marketplace. You remember, I would show you, look what I got this week. Moyer would have loved that, man. So I was picking up all kinds of gear and then amps and started getting into playing guitar again and watching a lot of YouTube. And then I seen an ad for As If looking for a guitar player. I says, I'll go try out.
Yeah.
And they go, you got the job. I'm like, really? So I started playing with them guys, and then Northern Outlaws called me and said, we need you back on bass. And they only do Saturdays, so now I'm trying to shuffle it,
Yeah.
And I go to Scott, and he's a really good guy. I said, Scott, I got, my boy over here is saying he needs me to play and fill in some jobs. So is it okay? And so they found another guitar player, and Scotty's like, whenever you can make it, come out and play.
Oh, cool.
So, which is working out pretty good. I've only missed a couple shows because I had to play with the other band.
Sure.
But we've got a busy summer coming up with As If, and it's all 90s rock, which I love.
Yeah.
All 90s. We stick right to the 90s rock. 2 guitars. And you got your bass drums and Scotty D on the vocals.
Yeah.
And he's a good front guy.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny how the 90s are coming back.
Yeah, everything comes back around. Mullets are back.
Mullets are back.
Well, yeah, because
You're
we're
right
just at
about
the
that.
tail end of the 80s now. We're at the tail end of the 80s, coming out of the 80s. And,
Right.
I'm waiting for Jenko jeans to come back. And,
It will.
Oh, God.
It
Yeah,
will.
the
The
90s
Razor
are back
Stripes.
strong right now. They're coming back strong.
Musically, yeah, for sure. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of bands just playing 90s. We did Taste of Syracuse a couple weeks ago. Everybody's doing 90s shit.
Yep.
Well, you think about it. Those 90s people now, they're older. Obviously, that's what happens. But now they've got lives, families, or whatever, but they want to go out on the weekend.
Sure.
And to them, seeing a '90s band, it just brings you back. It just
Yeah.
makes you all
plus
feel
they're-
good inside.
Their kids too, like people that grew up in the '90s. I mean, their kids are all in their 20s now. Or getting there. Starting to get.
Right.
So we're seeing a lot of their kids coming out.
Right.
And recognizing '90s songs because their parents used to
played
listen
it.
to it all the
Yes.
time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was almost like me growing up listening, to '70s music all the time. Like
Right.
it's just you listen to what your parents listen to. So
Moose said it, and you guys know Moose and As If.
Yep.
Acoustic Moose.
Yep.
He said that '90s now is the classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
Classic rock is the oldies.
Yeah.
If you think about it. But I like seeing, like, you get the young kids and they'll ask you for a classic rock tune. But I'll joke with them. Someone yelled Freebird, and these young kids are going, "What's that? What's Freebird?"
Yeah.
The ongoing joke or something like that. But, yeah, some of them have no clue.
No.
No clue.
Are you seeing the Moyers?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Jeff saying Tim is in an Asian boy band called Smooth Like Butter.
It's the next big thing, he says.
If you promote it the right way, yeah.
For sure.
Smooth like butter.
You know what I wanted to say, though, about the 90s coming back? Are you familiar with Dylan Michael? It's Mike Spadaro's son in Syracuse. He just won a Sammy. He's 13 years old. We just
Really?
Taste of Syracuse.
Vaguely.
And he played just before Eve 6 at the Taste of Syracuse,
cool.
and he shredded it.
Oh, cool.
And he's got his dad play. And now, Mike's been playing for years. He was in the band Candid back in the day. And he plays with Frank White now, and he plays with Skunk City, a couple others.
Yeah.
And then he also had Kevin Dean on drums, and then he had my boy Ben Blugis, who's a Syracuse area musician, on guitar.
Yep.
I mean, he had a hot fucking band playing with him.
Oh, yeah.
And those guys they ripped. They were doing like Rage Against the Machine.
Sure.
He threw in his originals. He was playing Eminem. And he's 13 years old.
Wow.
He won a Sammy Award this past Sammys. At 13, he's the youngest to ever win a Sammy Award.
That's incredible.
And the kid's got it. You got to see him up there. At 13, he's up there. He just looks. He's got the look. He can play. He shreds on guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I was so blown away by him.
He's bald, is what you're saying? He's
No, he's got a full set of hair on him. But that kid just rips, man. So check him out.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to check him out. 13 years old, the youngest
That's
kid to win a
incredible.
Sammy Award. Dylan Michael.
That's incredible. So I had a question about Taste of Syracuse because I haven't talked to you since then.
Okay.
Stacy usually has a notebook with a song that nobody in the crew ever wants to hear, but
There's two.
for some reason there's the band always whoever's on always plays the same song. And when I was there a few years back, it was Wagon Wheel.
Still is.
It is Wagon Wheel, and they literally would
really?
have like hash marks
Yeah.
every time a band played it. And like when we got there on the last day when Cheap Trick played. We got there and like Stacy had like half the sheet filled with hash marks from all the bands that just played Wagon Wheel over and over again. But
They're
is
not
there a
playing
new
again.
one? Is there a new one?
I
now?
don't think there's a new one,
No,
but
still Wagon
that,
Wheel?
anything like Buck Cherry.
Oh God.
Chicken Fried might be another one.
Oh yeah.
Chicken fried. Yeah, I don't know if that's on her list, but yeah, it's definitely
Wagon Wheel, definitely. Everybody, I think, plays that one.
You know, I think that we should do return of the young '90s bands like Showtime, Gridley Page, Floating Noah,
Right.
Rattle Basket. We'll just have a major like late '90s reunion show.
That
Just
would be
try
cool.
to name them all. The Bomb. Remember, the Bomb started afterwards. What was Tim's Culprit?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but that's more that was Ulterior
was-
Motive and
Ulterior
Culprit was
Motive.
Yeah.
that was all before Gridley Page. I'm
Right.
talking when Gridley Page came out, and literally, if a new song came out on K Rock, Tim.
Oh,
would
they
play
were
that
on
night.
it. Yeah, they were on
They
it.
played it that night.
Yeah,
were
they were
definitely-
on it.
Yep.
What Gridley Page changeover to like 96, 97? But we went Ulterior Motive to Gridley Page. Tim, if you, I know
Yeah,
you can answer
yeah,
that.
I don't-
Somewhere's
He's
around
going to
that time.
say, I guarantee he's going to say 94, 95.
No, I think it was later than
It
that.
was
might
later.
be 90, maybe 95.
Somewhere's around there. Tim still Tim still plays the set list from that.
Yeah. Well,
there you
we've
go.
reversed it all around. I mean, he did do a whole Bee Gees set one time, I think.
Yeah,
Freaking
but you're
nut
right
job.
though, Tom. Back in the day when the disco thing, that was like a craze for a while.
Yeah.
and they just did a reunion at Sharky's. Did like 900 people at Sharky's.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Did they do 900 people?
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Dr. Johnny Fever, my man Steve Shad.
I couldn't wrap my head around it. We were like, and all these young kids, man, they want to hear Casey and the Sunshine Band and all this stuff. And we were like, And we would travel up north where none of these guys would go. We would go out. We're playing a rod and gun club or something, you know. Seriously, you know, check your weapons and your tooth at the door.
Yeah, right.
But I remember going out and getting the 70s, the vintage shirts and going and changing. And I was like, man, I'm a sellout. You know,
You're thinking that to yourself.
But we would do anything to make an extra money. That's what we were doing.
Yeah.
So, but they were just bringing. I remember I had what was it, brownies?
Yeah,
remember brownies and Glory Days.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like Gridley Page would be at Brownies, we'd be over at Glory Days, or you know. Now I don't even think there's one bar in Herkimer.
No, there's the End Zone. The End Zone.
Do they do entertainment?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. But you got to remember when remember Holly Rock.
Yeah.
Holly Rock on Varick Street, but they also had one in Herkimer.
Yes,
Oh, that's
for
right.
a little
It's in
while.
the same building. It's in the same building as that. Plus, you got all the old. Like Stoney's is still around, and every once in a while, Stoney's has music. So,
Yeah. Remember Banditos?
Oh, do I ever remember Banditos?
I was managing them, the entertainment there for a little while back then, and I did a battle of bands, and 8 Ball won it, but that was
9 Ball, you mean?
9 Ball.
or 9 Ball, 8 Ball,
See where your head's at.
9 Ball. They're like, no, 9 Ball.
Well, 12:44 in the afternoon here. I guess it's better time than ever.
They won it, but I remember I couldn't fit another person in the door.
Banditos, I'll never forget. It was.
That's not the first time I called them 8 Ball either. Just
No,
for the record.
yeah. It was the first time that I had my.
There's got to be a
taste.
comment from the Moyers on that one.
No,
they're fighting with each other now.
They're fighting with
I can't keep up with their conversation.
Yeah.
Right now.
Tim shit his pants at Brownies, so the name had double meaning to him. That's great.
And Greeley Page was 1997.
97.
97. Yeah, you were right.
Yep.
You were right. A little bit
Culprit
later.
was the early 90s.
And Jeff Moyer says his band was Fantasy in 91. He goes, Fantasy was great, Beaver strong.
The Banditos was funny because I was underage, and but I knew the bouncer, and he let me in, and the owners would have like a drink for me waiting on the bar when I went at 15 years old. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And the cops would always show up, and we'd all dive out the window in the men's room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place was kind of crazy.
I tell you, back in the day was such a great, like the 90s was very vibrant with the music scene. You could,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every night you could go out and see some kind of live music. But go back
And it'd be busy.
back to the Booty Foundation. Steve was telling me like Thursday night they would be in like Rochester and
Yeah, they'd
Friday
go
night-
Rochester, Syracuse.
Rochester, Syracuse, Utica, Captain Trips. They play like 4 or 5 nights a week, but they were making a shit ton of money.
Yeah, they probably made. I think he told me they made over $200,000.
Oh, I believe it.
In a
They
year.
could charge whatever they wanted. They could charge whatever
They were
wanted,
getting
and they were
$10 at the door, which
Oh yeah.
In 90s, that was a lot.
that was
Yeah,
a lot.
because we were
They were
all
getting
charging
$10.
$5.
Right, and 5 was a lot.
5 was a lot. Yeah.
You know, a lot of places. Well, I'm used to playing 3, so 5 was a lot, but $10 was like, you know, and they would put 500 people
Yeah.
or more.
And then the Chick Magnets were killing it too. On the other
Yeah.
end, you'd go to Club Atlantis in Syracuse on a Saturday. There'd be 1,000 people at that place.
Yeah.
Well, every Saturday
Square
night.
pegs.
Square
No,
pegs.
no, the Electric Chick Magnets was that like
That was Joe Finelli.
Were they
Yeah, that was
were they
Finelli's.
fighting each other like Booty Foundation and Electric Chick Magnets?
There was-
Yes, there was like a.
There's
There
like a
was
little
definitely
feud.
some competition. So
Yes.
originally, I want to say JT was originally in the Chick Magnets.
okay.
And
Yeah.
then I think they kicked him out. And then he formed,
he formed the Booty Foundation.
But then
What's the guitar player? Morris or
Maurice.
Maurice?
Yep, Maurice and Frampton. And my
Is
boy
he still
Sean.
around?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yep. They're both still around. That was great. And Bob Kane on drums. The Chick Magnets were a badass band. But
Yeah.
so was the Booty Foundation too. If you think back, the original
They
lineup,
had a lot of good
Jeff
musicians.
Tatora alone,
Yeah.
who's out in Vegas, a Blue Man Group, and doing
Yeah,
all these
oh, yeah.
crazy things.
Yeah, they had some really good musicians in that band.
Yep.
You see what Jeff just wrote?
No, I'm kind of like
Joe Finelli bought his first house with that money. The rest of the band blew it up their nose.
Yeah, it's true. That's a fact.
They were in the band 8 Ball.
Yeah. Actually, Joe Sweet spent like 5 minutes with the Chick Magnets.
Did he?
During his blackout years, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He was like,
I'll never
he had to
forget-
write out cue cards because he would forget the lyrics.
Joe Sweet to me in his blackout years is awesome because he was like a chameleon. Like whatever music was in, he would have a band for that music,
And he would kill it.
And he would kill it.
He would.
Like
Yeah.
he would absolutely kill it. Like Joe Mama and the Funk Daddies, they would show up to a 4-hour gig, play 5 songs.
Yes.
Because they were 30 minutes apiece, and
Oh,
I'd
yeah, they
walk
were.
out with $700-800 in his pocket.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
they-
dude, that was a
Joe
genius
killed it.
move, man.
They loved Joe as a frontman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nine
He
Ball
had
back
like
in
an
the day.
occult following.
Oh yeah, 9 Ball was huge.
9 Ball back in the day would have ruled the world, and they were so close. They did get signed, but
Yeah. He's got
the
that
A&R
voice,
rep
man.
got fired or something like
Sure.
that.
Right, yeah. I remember that was happening. I don't
Yeah,
know.
his like heavier grunge voice I've always loved.
Yeah.
That he had a lot of sweet like cool songs with like the Joe Mama days and stuff. Like remember that song, "Friend Gets Me High,
Yeah.
Friend Gets Me By."
Yeah.
From that, they did a live at Tiny's. Joe
Yep.
Mama and the Funk Daddies live at Tiny's.
My face on the cover of the CD.
That's your face. That's right.
Yeah.
And
Is it?
I played that disc. I played that disc until it wouldn't play anymore in my car. I loved it.
Joe
Joe
Mama.
still laughs. He goes, "No, man, no, you did not." I'm like, "No, I really did."
Yeah, great. That was a fun band too. Joey Congelero on bass was nasty, still nasty musician too. You know Joe, right?
Yeah.
From Frankfurt, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
what
another
is it
band
about
from the night, Red Hush.
Red Hush.
Yeah,
for
Red
sure.
Hush, yeah.
What is it about Frankfurt that it did produce a bunch of great musicians, man?
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, the Chaos was my boys. I was just with Joe
Yes.
Basie in Florida.
Wow.
Back in March, I caught up with Joe Basie.
Oh, cool.
And Joe was a great drummer, and Chris
Yeah.
Polito was a great writer, and there was a bunch of great musicians. And then,
Right.
and then my boy Rich Tellerico. Do you know
Yes.
Rich?
Yeah.
Who went on to write for Saturday Night Live and Mad TV and
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, you know Rich?
Very well, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a few years, but
He's my brother's age. He's about 5 years. He's probably 50,
Yeah.
51.
yeah, it's about that. For sure. It's crazy. But something
Yeah.
about Frankfurt and the water there, man,
yeah.
puts out some great musicians.
It's
and
that
some
whole
talented
valley. It's the
people.
whole valley. I mean, like
True.
really, and I mean, Tim wanted to think he was from the valley, but he was really from Madison. So
Yeah, that's not really the valley.
He had to play a lot in the valley to make that everybody thought he came from there. But
We could give him a visa or something.
yeah, we should do like a temporary residency card.
We do break his balls a lot, but I will say Tim Moyer has gotten better with age.
Yeah.
He has.
Well, it was funny. I can't remember. It was like, and it's so funny. We always end up talking about Tim on the show, but I think it's just ridiculous.
He's like always the
Dude,
a
this kid-
guest.
Listen, right now they kicked him out of his office because his head is swelled so big from us talking about him all day. But no, I listened to a video, and I can't remember. It was from like 10, 12 years ago or something like that. And he's singing fine, everything like that. But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Tim. He figured out he had like this weird like gastrointestinal like heartburn issue,
Acid reflux.
like an acid reflux
I've
thing.
got that.
But
It's
it wasn't.
nasty.
It wasn't like up here where we would normally feel it. It was like more down in the middle. So it was just like kind of tinkling with his voice box. And once he got that under control, all of a sudden his voice range went up like an octave. You know what I mean?
It's awesome.
And
You know what though? Medically, that can happen.
Oh yeah,
From
for
that,
sure.
it's acid. It eats away.
Yep.
Yep.
You got to change your diet up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I go for the acidy type of.
Yeah.
This is after 4 shows.
Oh sure. Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah, I know exactly how it is.
Do you sing, Tom?
Yeah.
Do you do some backups, or do you sing songs, or
Yeah.
both?
Both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause he's got a solo group
I do
too.
my solo thing.
Oh,
too,
right,
so.
that's right. So, do you have a warm-up regiment that you do for your voice?
I do 2 shots of Jack.
My man.
So you're on the Justin Smithson regiment.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, certain shots are good. Used to be Jaeger was really good. Lately,
yeah.
it's Honey Moonshine is really good for
Honey Moonshine.
honey from I don't know, Dick in the Dirt.
Oh yeah, I've heard
And
of
there's
that.
a reason why they call it Dick in
Dick
the
in the
Dirt.
dirt. Yeah. It's a distillery in where the fuck is it? Middleville or something like that?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
local.
it's local.
It's a local
Local.
one. Yeah, they're really
Yep.
like yeah.
Yeah, if you're listening, you need to sponsor the show because a lot of the musicians in here drink your products.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Honey Moonshine.
Honey Moonshine.
Yeah, they do a really good job there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's the regiment, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I do
And a
different.
Corona with lime.
Yeah, the only thing I do different is I smoke a couple cigarettes before.
Yeah, see, I can't. I had to quit smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think this Mike Borst, and he's got the same regiment, but he'll throw a cigarette in. And we always say, just to get the voice right where it needs to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to get it right where it needs to be, man. There's none of. I couldn't even tell you one of those scale things or whatever they're doing.
The perfect amount of rasp.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Just trying to find that right rasp.
Right.
I love it.
Exactly. I remember one time they said like a weathered blues singer.
Yeah.
Right.
Weathered.
Well, that was Phil Petroff at the Ridge the other night. Like, literally, I've never seen anybody drink so much bourbon in my life.
You just triggered something in my head. Did you see Black Country Communions recording a new album?
No?
Yeah.
Shut up, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. Dude, Derek Sherinian, who played with Dream Theater. You got Joe Bonamassa. You got Jason Bonham, okay? And you got Glenn Hughes, who used to play with Deep Purple and Black Sabbath on bass and lead vocals.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's all
I would
rock.
definitely
It's all rock.
I would definitely want to see
Fucking
it.
It's got that 70s vintage sound.
Yes.
Like you
Yep,
know, you would think
exactly.
you're listening to like
And I love
Deep
that
Purple
that
or,
70s vintage sound.
so good, dude. Yeah, right. Like you mentioned earlier, the SVT and the A10
Right,
yeah.
and the Marshall head and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like that's it, man. That's the sound.
It's a bastard to carry around, though.
Oh, it's all shelly.
Oh, my God. It's like a
lugging furniture,
refrigerator.
right?
It
like,
really is, man. It's what was that bar back in the 90s up in Kirkland on the corner?
Oh, it's
Looney Tunes?
Tombstone.
Yes.
Looney Tunes?
No, not the Tombstone. It was before. It was right on the corner of 233.
Yeah.
Looney Tunes.
Was it Looney Tunes?
Yeah,
that
Looney
was-
Tunes.
And then it turned into the RV like place.
No, but
Right, right.
Looney Tunes, wait, Looney Tunes turned into Tombstone first.
Oh, did it?
And then the RV thing, because we used to play there. As a matter of fact, Mike
The
Brindisi.
one on the corner where
Yeah.
the nice and neat, right?
Yeah.
Mike Brindisi, the dude didn't pay us. The dude that owned the building didn't pay us one night, right? And so Mike had like a box of German smoke, like stink bombs, you know? Yeah. And like he was just carrying them around
Just
with him.
for that, for
And
the non-payers.
Literally, we're all packed up. We're waiting for Mikey. The doors open. It's like straight out of a movie. He comes flying out the door with his guitar in his hand, like this. Let's go, get in the car. Let's go. We're like, fucking
Yeah.
take off. We take off, and he's like, that motherfucker didn't pay us. He goes, so I let off all my stink bombs in the kitchen, and I stole this fucking ham. And he pulls out a ham. He stole a fucking ham. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh yeah, those are the days.
Needless to say, you didn't play that gun.
I've got 18
No.
pounds of fresh
Well,
haddock.
yeah, it was shortly after that he moved up to where next to the Speedway, and then ended up closing or selling to the Speedway. But he was up there for a long time. That guy.
But that place, I had an SVT back in the day.
Oh.
And the stairs, it was winter out, and remember they had those crooked old wooden stairs that you had to go, and I went right down with the SVT on top of me. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh my God!
Down the stairs. That's why my back, I think, is messed up. from it.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I'd say so.
Well,
yeah.
I think the bass players got really jealous of the Hammond B3 organ players because they were carrying
really.
so much stuff. You know, the Leslie and the B3. So they're like, you know
Yeah.
what? Let's invent a huge amp that we don't need,
Yeah.
but we're going to invent one anyway.
Yeah, but
man,
the
Mike.
SVT, that's the cabinet, though, you know.
Yeah.
I played a
It
big
really is.
outdoor.
And you got the head that has the tubes in it too, right?
Yeah.
Tube, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the real deal, man.
Yeah, that's going to give you some juice. I got to put a shout out. I played with Josh Deakins, too. He's out of Syracuse. We played that Harbor Fest.
Yeah, yep.
The Wing Fest. He went down to Nashville. He recorded. He's the real deal, man, a country boy. And he wrote some really, he's got some fantastic songs. So he called me in to play the bass and had a good time. Josh Deacon, so shout out to Josh.
Shout out, Josh.
That's cool.
He's up and coming.
Our boy Scotty's checking in too. He's watching.
Yeah.
nice.
Give him a big shout out too.
Scotty D.
Scotty D.
What's up, Scotty?
Scotty D.
Oh, Tony Lamazzo, our light guy. Hey, the bar was Bruni's. It must have been Bruni's before Looney Tunes or something. I'm guessing.
Brunies.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember when it was Looney Tunes, and then it switched.
Yes.
We played it. I mean,
You're right. It was the Tombstone.
Tombstone,
And then they
there,
moved up.
and then
right?
they moved up. Yeah,
to the old Fozzie's or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Right,
Now it's-
Fozzie's.
Yeah.
That place now. The guy, we made the deal with him for the money. And I remember at the end of the night, he put all the ones wrapped around 100. Right? It was a wad of money like this. He goes, I put a little something extra in there for you boys. So I'm like, okay. It was $150,
Oh my
you know, and I think we were supposed to give us 400 or whatever. We destroyed his parking lot.
You know,
We went off, man.
Oh, I gotta find it. There was this thing that somebody
Put a little something extra in there. You know what you put in there, man.
That's when you got to bring the pyro guy.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
exactly. Now,
Well, we had one on board.
hear me out for a second. This is great. It says, bar owner, we would love to have you perform at our bar on Friday. We can't pay you, but it would be great exposure for your talent. Musician, I'm having a few friends over on Sunday. I'd love to have you bring some beers and wings for us. We can't pay you, but it'd be great
Right.
exposure for your bar.
Exactly.
Ah, wow.
Kind of
Right.
the same shit.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
So Moyer's bringing up the Route 5 tour back in the day. That was
Oh, yeah.
a lot. We've mentioned this
We've mentioned that
before.
a lot.
He's
Yeah,
got to
that was
remember the
huge.
name of that place. Because I haven't heard the Tombstone, but it was something before that.
Looney Tunes. It was
Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
Looney Tunes.
And then I'm guessing that Tony said Bruni's, so it must have been Bruni's before that, maybe?
Maybe. And then
And now it's an RV place.
Yep. And then remember the Garden Cafe?
Mm-hmm.
That was the spot. The Blue Mule.
The Blue
Oh, the
Mule.
Blue Mule, yep.
They had the deck on the
Fozzie's.
side. And then also, and it's still there too. Nothing fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing fancy.
I think
Yeah.
I played there once in my life. One time. That's it.
Played a lot of shows at Nothing Fancy.
Yeah, I'm sure, because that was, I mean, at one time, that was like the country bar, right?
Yeah, with the line dancers.
Yes.
We couldn't stand the line dancers. They're water drinkers. They wouldn't
Oh, yeah.
spend any money. And the drummer, every time, throwing ice cubes, hitting the one lady had calves about this big. So the whole game was see if you can hit her with ice in the calf. You know, while you play. From the drum kit, too. Like, boom!
Oh, my God.
Who could hit her in the back of the leg?
Oh, that's hysterical.
That's a pretty good shenanigans.
Oh, and there was a lot of shenanigans going on, man.
Yeah.
Road games that we used to call them.
Oh,
What
yeah.
do you got? What other road games?
We would take the toilet paper, and if you take a roll of toilet paper and stick your fingers in the hole like this and stick it out the window, it'll go for miles.
Yeah.
It's like a big stream. It's floating like this, you know, and you don't realize how long it is. But that's what we would do, and just hang them out of the car. And then there's a trooper. He'll pull us over.
Yeah, right.
So then the trooper would pull us over, but our van had graffiti. People would sign it.
Yeah.
You know, and they would write.
Would you have the troopers sign it, too?
Yeah, and they used to pull us over with like another trooper and say, we go, what'd we do? They go, nothing. They want to read your van because like on the door
no shit.
it started with a little rust spot, so they drew it into a sheep, and it said, what did he write about it? It said tooth sharpening, inquire inside. No kooks are good kooks. I mean, it just said, and then we had like a piece of treated lumber for a bumper, and it just said treated lumber. We had stay back 500 feet, and then it was just wherever we go, can we sign your van? And
Yeah.
it was a sight for sore eyes. But can you see that going by?
Oh, my God. That must have been incredible.
You know, and then with some toilet paper going out of it. So then we started throwing stuff garbage at each other.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, I remember I threw a cappuccino out, hit my buddy's car, and he puts the wipers on, and you can't even see out of it.
Done
You
the
know,
same thing, yeah.
pull over to get gas, and there's a coffee cup stuck in the grill. You know, it was getting out of control.
Yeah.
So then I started bringing fruits and vegetables from home. Right? I go, all right, it's on, man, because he hit me with a banana peel, right? So I go, they're in the van, Jimmy and Dave. They're in the van, and it's hot, man. I mean, we had no air, and it's hot in there. We're going to wait. We kept trying to pass. Sal Nettie was with me.
Yeah.
He was playing with us at the time. And I had eggs. I go, so we try to pass him, and he'd hit it, right? I go, wait till they get really sleepy. It was like a 2-hour drive. So I go. We're going, and they see us coming up, and they're trying to roll a window up, right? I get by them, I go, boom, through the egg. It went through the top of the window. There was this much left. It goes through, and it goes right. I see it. I can still see it goes right by his nose like this, and hits the radio. Right? I go, oh my God! Then I started thinking about it. I go, man, if I hit him in the head or something, I go, I could have killed him. The whole,
Yeah.
That egg stayed in the radio until we got rid of the van. No one cleaned it.
Oh my God.
It was just there.
Oh wow.
But yeah, those, and then, it was, I remember we pull over to the Nice and Easy in Rome, and the kids out there packing up the garbage, in the outside. I take the whole garbage. I take the whole thing. I put it in the van, and we're out there sitting, waiting, and then, because the other two, the kid comes out and he's going, he goes, where the? He can't, someone stole my garbage, man.
Oh my God.
And they're pointing at me. I go, dude, you gave it away. Yeah, but then we stopped shortly after
Because
that.
we're relentless.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was bad.
Dear Lord.
What do you do on a 2-hour drive?
All right.
We had no radio.
Yeah, it was covered in egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We had no radio.
It's short-circuited. Oh, man.
Yeah, you just think about the stuff. You're like, I can't believe I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man.
With the road stories.
Just an hour went by quick.
Yeah, it did.
You got to go.
I gotta go soon.
You do.
Yep.
It happens so fast. We get talking. And
We do, yeah.
That's
a lot of
fun.
fun.
Fun, man.
Yeah,
It is
man.
a lot of fun.
Reminiscing.
I love it. I do.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's important to document a lot of these stories that happened
Yeah.
in the music scene back in the day.
It's a whole different. It's different now.
Oh
The
my God,
90s
yeah.
were awesome. The 90s were fun.
Well, like you said, there was places to play. You know what I mean? There's no places
And
to
they're
play
busy.
really anymore.
No.
It's way different now.
Yeah, now you gotta like in order to see like good music, you have to go to a place like the Ridge or something like that has that's a live music venue, or like Taste of Syracuse, it's a festival, and I like stuff like that to get. I mean, we do have places in Utica. I'm talking about like the smaller towns and stuff. You know what I mean? It's very difficult.
Right.
I should reach out to Jamie Noter Thomas. We should get him on the show.
Yeah.
He's been around forever. He was playing the EC back in the day too. Super talented.
Oh yeah, big time.
Super talented. But the Ridge, that's a cool spot, huh?
Yeah, I've
I
never
can't even
been there.
explain it. Listen, I'll just take you through. Okay, the outside, Jamie actually dug up stone from the property. It was an old golf course. Robert Trent Jones designed golf course. Oh yeah, it was 9 holes. And Robert Trent Jones, way back when he designed it, got in an argument with the owner and only finished 5 holes on the back 9. And so it was like 9 holes, but then there was like 5 that were like kind of done. So when they bought the property, they it's something where they maintained the golf course, but then it just like they were a not-for-profit for veterans and stuff, but they just couldn't keep it up, you know what I mean? So they decided to let it go. Now they have a disc golf, like pro disc golf,
cool.
That they made
Maybe
it.
I'd be good at that.
Yeah, they made it. Yeah. hell knows we're not good at the other one. But they have like a deal with them, and they come in and they have like tournaments there and stuff. So they took the restaurant area. It's 3 floors. Okay, the bottom floor you walk in and it's like this. It's almost like a diner kitchen. Like it's open. You can see everything cooking. There. Nice places to sit and stuff. Go up 1 flight and there's like couches and chairs. It almost looks like an apartment with like guitars on the wall and just really cool vibe, And then the upstairs is the 3rd floor is where the bands play in the wintertime, and they have like a wood stove and like a bar up there and like more places to hang there. And it's just, I mean, it's a musician's haven. Really
Except for the 3rd floor.
Well, no, because
They got a house system?
No, yeah, they got a road that goes all the way up, and the road.
Oh,
the door
okay.
for the 3rd floor is right there. So you just walk.
Yeah,
in,
that's sweet.
Oh wow.
Yep. So it is. unbelievable up there. It really is. I didn't want to leave. I could have played a residency there. That's
nice that you could drive up to it, man.
Yeah,
I remember
plus,
playing
like,
Grimaldi's one time on Bleecker, and that was like 3 flights of stairs.
Oh,
And you had the A10 back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yep. Well, that was like I kind of felt bad because he spent so much money that Richie K when he built the sanctuary. He's like, I want all my bands upstairs. I go, you got an elevator? He goes, no. I go, there ain't no bands that are going to play here upstairs. It's not going to happen because nobody wants to lug
Especially a PA.
PA system upstairs. I mean,
And then at the end of the night, which is always the worst, man. At the end of the night, you definitely don't want to be messing with stairs.
No.
Not at all.
I mean, it's funny. Like my guitar amp, I can carry anywhere in the beginning of the night. At the end of the night, I need somebody to help me with it.
It gets heavier.
It's heavier at the end of the night.
People don't realize how much work it is.
Yeah. Well, we got a 17
It is a
foot.
lot of work.
Your work.
Yeah.
You start the minute you pack your car.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got a 17-foot box truck that should fit a small 1-bedroom apartment in it, and that's what we load and unload every single night.
Right. Yeah.
With 4 guys, 5 guys.
That's why we all have bad backs.
Yep.
And bad attitudes.
Yeah, right.
Well,
right.
Anthony's on the road now where they got probably 5 or 6 semis full of shit.
No, it's not that bad. It's just a trailer and a bus.
Trailer and a bus?
That's it.
Yeah.
They got it all simple now.
that's
It's
cool.
down to a science. They just go into houses that are already
Oh, yeah.
that have
PA already. Who was the PA for at Saranac?
High Peaks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Out of the Capital District.
Yep,
They're out of Albany.
Cool.
Yeah, they're good folks.
Good.
This guy yesterday that did sound for us, and he owns the
Who were you with
stage.
yesterday? Northern Outlaws?
Yeah, Northern Outlaws, and he goes. He had speakers that the Grateful Dead used.
Wow.
Oh, for the Wall of Sound?
Yeah, but he didn't have them out. They weigh 300 pounds apiece.
Oof.
These speakers, huge trapezoids, and he goes. The Dead. They didn't own their own PA, but they rented a system out, and he showed them to me, man. I go, I got to see those.
Wow.
You know, but the Dead had them.
Yeah. We have road cases that were out with the Dead. We actually, this guy had it posted on Facebook Marketplace, road cases, $50.
Yeah,
I,
he
went
had like
there.
a hundreds of them, right?
Yeah, it was
I
like
saw
way
that.
back when. And like, so Jerry and I went up there with the truck. We unloaded the truck at the casino and we took a ride up to see what he had. We bought like 10, 12 cases. And we go inside. He was part of an AV company that did like all the screens and everything like that, and those were the old cases from the AV. And he's like, yeah. He goes, we used to do AV work for the Grateful Dead and stuff like that. So all these cases were on tour with that. You know, Michael Jackson and like had Mariah Carey.
That's
like a
probably
whole
where
thing.
this guy got his stuff.
Yeah, like had a whole thing of like all the all access badges and stuff from the tours. And
That would have been cool.
I'm like, dude, that's pretty cool. You know.
That's awesome.
I would have wanted some of those badges.
Jose's got a road case that was Richie Blackmore's.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Purple Rainbow.
The history on those. I love history.
Yeah, he like
antiques and all
left
that
it at
stuff.
SPAC.
too.
He left it at SPAC one year, and this kid like really wanted it because it was Richie Blackmore's or whatever, and like they finally let him take it because he never came back for it. And now Jose has it.
Do you do the maintenance on them? Because those things take a beating.
Oh, they do, yeah. I mean, well, Jose has a road case right now that one of the rubber on the casters finally fell off, and we say it's got the best casters in the whole truck because for some reason we have beautiful casters on everything, but that doesn't roll over grass very well and everything. But you take Jose's bass amp out, you know, the cabinet, but it's got these beat up casters that are bent and everything, and that thing just skates right through the grass like nothing. And I'm like, you know, so the rubber comes off it yesterday. He's like, damn it, now I got to put new casters on it.
And get the bill on that. Probably like $80 for a caster.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, now you
Maybe
go to-
100.
Wait, now you go to Harbor Freight and get them for like $20.
Yeah, but not the good ones.
No, not
Yeah, not like that. Yeah.
The way you guys are playing.
I don't
you
know. We've
guys
been
gotta
using the same hand cart. Carl Goodines bought a hand cart from Harbor Freight. We've been using it for like
That's where I got
3-4
mine.
years. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some good stuff there. And I mean, it's not.
And you could flip it down and put the handle in this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all professional movers.
Yeah, exactly. That's
yeah,
what it
for
comes
sure.
down to. Playing is the fun part,
Right.
You know, the music.
Yeah,
is the
that's
fun
what I
part.
always tell everybody. We get paid to load in and load out.
Think about what you make per hour when you add up all your hours.
Oh, you don't.
Oh, sure, but you can't even do that because then you got to put in your rehearsal time.
Right.
You know what I mean? The amount of time it takes you to get to place, including rehearsal.
Yep.
All the time it takes you to learn the music that you have to learn. I mean, that's all included. So, like, everybody's like, oh, yeah, you know, it must be nice to make $150 an hour or whatever, $100 an hour, you know, but it's not really if you take all the hours and you stretch them out
Exactly.
and you put the actual hours in. I'm making probably minimum wage.
Then subtract your gear, what you pay for your
Holy
gear.
shit. Yeah.
Then that really puts you in the hole.
Yeah.
Right. We're playing for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You know?
They're like your bar tab.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like
I
the
won't
Blues
play
Brothers.
less.
Here's your $350, boys. You owe us $500 for drinks.
I've been there before.
Been there, man.
Many, many times.
I played a show. I filled in the last story. I played the show with Joe DiAgostino. It was his band. I can't remember the name of it. It was up north, the old Northwoods Inn.
Yeah.
I thought the bar bill was included, man. I rung up $175. He goes, it wasn't included. I go, just keep my pay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I always ask when I go places. I'm like, is there like a tab for the band or what do you guys do? You know, and most of the time it's like, no, it's good. You guys are on us. You know, we try not to take advantage because there has been a couple of bands in the past that a lot of bars and stuff. They'll be like, yeah, we don't do that anymore because such and such band came in here and we're giving their friends shots and everything like that.
Yeah.
Anytime a bar owner or anybody gives us free anything, I try not to take it too much advantage of. You know, I'll pay for my shots.
You want to
what I mean?
play there again?
Yeah, I mean, like the best way to do it is if they're offering you whatever you want to drink, you just you take the beer, but then if you want a shot, you pay for the shot.
Yeah, I stopped doing the liquor now, man. I stopped doing that about a year ago.
Yeah.
No more shots. Just that one to warm up.
The warm-up shot.
Yeah.
Which doesn't count because it's part of the warm-up routine.
Right. Yeah, that's like gargling or something.
Nice, Tom. Well, it was good to meet you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having
coming
me here.
in.
It was fun, man.
Plug any dates that you have coming up.
This one, Friday, I'm at the Brass Tack in Frankfurt Acoustic Act.
Oh, there you go.
Check me out there. At the Brass Tack. I know we got a lot of private parties too, in the summertime. So
just check your Facebook pages.
Yeah, check that out, and we always put it up there.
Northern Outlaws and As If.
Yes, for sure.
Stay busy, man. There was that time where none of us were busy.
Right.
And so
I thought I was done.
Get it while you can. Yeah. See? And you got this resurgence going on, right?
Yeah.
It's fun again.
Yep, it's fun.
Awesome.
For sure.
A lot of fun.
Justin, where are you at this week?
Ooh, okay. So
He always starts off with a oof.
yeah, tomorrow I'm at Harpoon Eddie's. Wednesday I am at Fratello's. Then Thursday's a private party at the casino. Friday's a graduation party. Saturday's a graduation party. Sunday is Father's Day, but I want to talk about Monday real quick because I know we're not going to be here. It's on June 19th.
Yeah.
Frat Stock. I don't know if you've heard Fratello's is doing Frat Stock. Okay.
Yeah.
And it is just like everybody that basically everybody that plays
That's
there
gonna
is
be
all
fun.
going to be there.
Oh, cool.
And the Port Tim band is reuniting again it's Matt McGlory, Sean, myself, Gary Johnson, and Lenny Jr. And so all of us are playing. It's going to be awesome.
that's
There's going to
gonna
be
be
like 3 stages, like 1 outside, 2 inside. We're going to just revolve music and it's going to be awesome. So we're going to have a great time.
Yeah, that's going to be a good time.
So
Frat Stock.
Frat Stock. And I
Next
think it's
Monday,
going
a
to
week
start
from
at
today?
like 5. Yeah, I think it's going to start at 5. It's a week from today. So
Well, that sounds like
yeah,
wonderful.
so I'll be posting lots of stuff on my Facebook and stuff, but
Northern Outlaws next show is the 24th at Nashville's in Saratoga.
Cool.
oh, cool.
Awesome. Stay busy, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Being out there. Very good. Like we said earlier, we won't be doing Local Music Monday for the next couple of weeks. So
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks.
thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks. And
Hell yeah.
I don't have anything booked, but I will.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'll do it when I'm on the road or something, figure out somebody. But thank you for checking in, and share this on Facebook, and we'll put the podcast up in a little bit. And Tom, thanks for coming in. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good. Good time.
Yeah.
I want to thank EJA Moving Services, Joey's at 307 Utica Coffee, my attorney Dave Longaretta. Can't forget about Dave. If you need legal advice, give him a call, 315-735-6162. Thank you to Saranac, Ballsy, ballwash.com. Use promo code members only. Also chilling with Rick. This is how you turn microphones on, Rick. You just turn them on, and then you can talk, and then you can hear what's going on.
Usually too. I mean, one of the podcasts or video podcast 101 is to make sure that the little green lines are going for metering.
Right.
You know.
You know what's funny too is in the beginning I even asked him. I says, "Is this mic even on?" Because I saw one mic had the lights on, but the other mic, my mic, didn't have any lights on. He's like, yeah, it's on, and it wasn't even on.
Wasn't on.
Anyways, also next week too is the startup of Levitt Amp Music Series. So go check it out. Summer concert series at Copernic Park. Park in downtown Utica. Check it out every Monday starting at 5:30. You can visit levitamputica.org for more information and check out the lineup. It's a great lineup this year. So thank you to everybody. Justin, good to see you, bud.
Good to see you too.
Have a
always.
good couple weeks, and we'll see you down the road. We'll see you
Definitely.
after the 4th, I think it is.
Yeah,
After
absolutely.
the 4th of July. All right, later.
All right, thanks.